Hi viewers, this is Dr. Deepalakshmi in YouTube channel Learn to Infinite. So in today's episode, we are going to see yet another interesting topic, audit trails. So what is audit trails? It is actually a tool, a weapon which is used to protect or to prevent cyber crimes. Okay. So today's episode we will be seeing the overview of what is audit trails. So to get the introduction about audit trails, it maintains the records of the system and user activity. For example, in a computer software company, right? So if you are detecting a person has entered into my system or a person has acted into my system when the person or the authenticated user is not there. So how to find the criminal activity? So this audit trails helps in finding out these kind of activities. So it helps in maintaining such kind of user activity records, operating system records and the system records. It's just like a record trail activity, right? Okay, so it is used to detect security violation with the help of some security devices and tools. So it is a series of computer events about operating system, application and user activities. So instead of maintaining a record book, it keeps track of the records. What is the system, that is which user has entered into the system, whether he is an authenticated user or some other user or the user who has entered with some malicious activities. So these types of records will be maintained by the audit trail. So this is the basic introduction about audit trail. So we will be seeing what is the benefit of this audit trail. So the first benefit is individual accountability. So when we talk about individual accountability, we need to see what do you mean by authentication. So in a company, you will be having authenticated users. As in our previous videos, we are told about authentication. That is, a programmer will be having a different user ID, a team leader will be having a different user ID. If a programmer is used to sign with the help of a team leader user ID, definitely he is a non-authenticated person. Okay, so these type of details will be collected in your audit trail. So individual accountability will be maintained, whether the particular user, the correct user has entered into your system. And the second is reconstruction of events. So when you are just detecting that some other user has entered into your system, so how to reconstruct the events? So go to that particular date and time, so it will be having the record of the day and time that user has entered into your system. So that is what you call it as a reconstruction of events. And third is your intrusion detection. That is, intrusion detection is a third party is entering into your system with some malicious activities. Intrusion detection, okay, without your knowledge a person has entered into your system. That is your intrusion detection. And with the help of these three things, that is individual accountability, reconstruction of events, intrusion detection, you are going to analyze what the problem is. So audit trail is a tool which helps the persons who is detecting the cyber crime to tell the various activities which has entered into the system when the particular user is not there. Okay, so what are the types of audit records it is maintaining? The first is the event oriented log, that is what has been done and who has done. This is the main thing which will be entered into the audit trail record. And next is keystroke monitoring. So keystroke monitoring in the sense, in that particular time where the authenticated user has not entered into the system, so what is the keystrokes that particular person has done and how the computer has responded to that particular keystroke. So both the things will be recorded. It's not only that the keystrokes which is entered by the unauthenticated user will be recorded, it is also the computer response to that particular keystroke will also be recorded. So that is the main aim for this keystroke monitoring. So these two types of audit records will be maintained in your audit trails. So how the cryptography helps? Okay, so to prevent these things, so we have to be very careful. Like cryptography, we have to encrypt the details and send. So the encryption is done by the public key and decryption is done by the private key. So by this way we can send the details so that other person who enters into our system cannot break out our records. So the benefits of this public key cryptography is digital signature and encryption. So digital signature, nowadays it is used in many banks. They are using digital signature and they are trusting the digital signature than the manual signature, because manual signature also some other person can just try to put the manual signature same as the that of the original signature, but in digital signature, since it is using the principle of encryption, no one can authorize the digital signature, right? And the benefits is authentication, non-repudiation and integrity. So authentication, as we have seen in our starting of the video, authentication is that person is solely responsible. He is the owner. So he is the authenticated person of the particular user or the particular signature. So that is what the authentication is done. This is the first benefit. And second is non-repudiation. Non-repudiation in the sense, suppose you have given your digital signature and later you are claiming that no, this is not my digital signature. You cannot do that. Non-repudiation cannot be done in that, okay, because the digital signature is 100% secure and 100% original, such that no one can disclaim that this is not my signature. That is also very important, right? So non-repudiation. And next is integrity. So how you are cross-checking your original signature with the digital signature, how it is matching, that is what you call it as the integrity, and these three are the benefits. So in today's video we have seen what is audit trail. So how the audit trail is useful for detecting the cybercrime mainly in systems, and how it maintains the records. So the maintaining the records is done both in the case of event oriented log as well as keystroke monitoring. So in event oriented log, we are getting all the information when that criminal has entered into your system, when he has logged into your system, how much time he has used your system, and what are all the keystrokes he has done, in what way your system has responded. So by maintaining all these records and by seeing all these records, it's very helpful for us to find who is that cyber criminal, okay. So this audit trail will be useful for the hackers, that is white hat hackers, so that they can conjugate the incidents with the help of the audit trails. Hope this video will be useful to you. So we will be meeting in yet another important video. This is Dr. Deepalakshmi signing off. Happy learning.